The Real Show is brought to you by UCS Facility Management Limited, Omni Basic Bank, and Dewdrop Hand Sanitizer.
Welcome back to The Real Show. My name is Mahalia Bamford, your host, and tonight we are going to be taking an exciting trip, and we are going to be learning about health, how to take care of yourself, how to relax, and so much more. Now, let's have a look at this introductory video for my first guests.
Certified in holistic health and wellness modalities, which include massage, pranic healing, and aromatherapy, Penelope Prempeh is also a certified African and Kinetic yoga teacher who has been teaching and practicing for over 10 years now. She is also a keen student of Qigong, astrology, and founder of House of Prempeh Natural Products, a cosmetics products company that produces high-quality skin and healthcare formulas using natural ingredients. The products are all natural and contain no chemicals. House of Prempeh practices and believes in fair trade using ethically sourced natural ingredients prepared with love and sustainably sourced from a community of suppliers. Penelope loves to travel and she has a high fashion sense. She is an avid reader and writes poetry. She is a mother of 4 children and currently has 2 grandchildren. Let's welcome Penelope to The Real Show studios.
A big welcome to you once again.
Thank you for having me.
And I love your dress.
Thank you.
You actually look and represent all that we watched in the video.
Oh, great.
You look beautiful, natural, artistic, and all of that. But talking about you being artistic, how come you didn't get into that field and you decided to get into Africana and Kinetic yoga?
Okay, so my background, after university, I was actually doing my work experience in a domestic violence shelter.
Wow.
So I was focused on women's studies. And during my work experience, I was also asked to come and stay on and do work there during the summer holidays. When I graduated, I actually started working with domestic and sexual violence. And the yoga came about because the work was very stressful. And we were also always looking at ways to help the women to be calm and to, you know, kind of get them interested in all different things. So I went along to a yoga class and I actually really enjoyed it. And then I was practicing for a while, and then one of my teachers asked if I would like to do the teacher training for African yoga. So that's what I did first in England. And then about 2 years later, I was doing retreats and I met an American gentleman who has a style called Kinetic yoga. And he too asked if I would like to be certified in his style. So I went along and did that as well. When I originally came to Ghana,
the first one you practiced wasn't Kinetic?
it was African yoga.
Oh, okay.
Yes. So African yoga and Kinetic yoga, very similar. African yoga tends to be more rhythmic, a bit more of a faster movement. Kinetic yoga is more meditative, a slower movement. Yeah.
Wow. Yeah. Well, we know of normal yoga that looks like people are stretching on mats, if I'm speaking the minds of my viewers. So how different is that from the African and Kinetic yoga?
Okay, so in essence, all yoga is the same. And the reason I say that is yoga actually means union in Sanskrit. But African yoga, Kinetic yoga, the school of thoughts come from that place of believing that all things stem from Africa. So Kinetic yoga bases the postures that are done from the hieroglyphs of the Egyptian pyramids. And African yoga is exactly the same. The difference with the African yoga, sound vibration is brought into the practice. So when I say sound vibration, in African yoga, when you practice African yoga, you will always have some sort of music in the background, and normally it will be African drumming. With all of the different strands of yoga, what you'll find is the only difference is people kind of just put their own spin in. So for example, in India, there is very clear differences between the different strands, and that's more to do with the teacher that has now made that particular style famous. So there might be a few more postures that they have added into it. But in essence, yoga is about bringing your mind and body into alignment. So there are some core postures, and African and Kemetic yoga tend to stick to the core postures, and those are all corresponding with the internal body. So literally your internal organs. So you're doing these movements to calm, send a natural blood flow and air to those particular areas of the body. And the idea being is a healthy body, a healthy mind.
But how do you keep calm and try to, you know, get your whole mind and body in sync if there's movements? How does that happen?
The thing is, what most of us forget is we do have very, very busy lives, especially nowadays. And normally what happens is when the body is moving, you tend to not be so much in your mind, okay? Oh. As the body starts to wear down and get a bit more tired, you start to focus a little bit more on trying to energize or re-energize yourself. And in that, the clarity will come. So you're focusing also on your breathing, because you get to a point where you start to feel almost like your energy levels are going, but you want to keep going. And that just changes the whole way the body works. So the nervous system starts to kick in and calm down your body, okay? So as you start to get much more tired, you start to relax and go deeper. So it's a bit like when you're getting into that beta state of, you know, you're feeling like you want to drift off. And as you get to that point, just before you fall into a deep sleep, you're probably at your calmest. And wow. That is what the movement is about. So in essence, originally yoga is not actually about the physical movements. It's actually about getting you into that plateau state, that state of well-being, of just being very calm. Because it's thought that when you're at your calmest, you can think the clearest. And actually, when you're thinking clearly, is when you make the best decisions. Mm. It's also when, if you have any kind of worries or troubles, when you can actually kind of really dig deep and start to actually think of solutions, as opposed to focus on the things that are worrying you. Because the idea is you want to keep going, you want to push through. And that is what the physical practice teaches you. Initially, when you start, people say to me, oh, I'm not flexible, I can't stretch.
I was going to ask that.
Yeah, but the reality is, the more you do it, what happens? The more you do it, you start getting better and better, and you realize if I keep going, just like in real life, if you keep going, yeah. You will persevere, you will climb the mountains that you think you couldn't climb, and you will get through the problems or the issues that you thought maybe you couldn't.
Yeah, I was going to actually ask you the effect of this on the mind and, you know, health in general, but I think you've already mentioned some. If there are others you would want to add?
Oh, there are many benefits. I mean, physically, of course, a lot of the side benefits are the fact that the body will be nice and toned. It helps to regulate the blood pressure.
Hold on, the body will be nice and toned. I think that's a good replacement to, you know, going to the gym every morning and evening. Well, if you can't do that.
I mean, for me, I do enjoy the gym as well. I also do personal training as well. But the reality is, everyone has different things that work for them in terms of keeping healthy and keeping fit. And yoga is one of the ones that is actually good for most people. So, i.e., you know, elderly people can do it. People who are a bit sick or who are a bit restricted can do yoga. The gym, oftentimes, you have to have a semi level of fitness to be able, well, not even fitness, but of mobility to be able to go to the gym. And with yoga, you don't need to do that. There are a lot of benefits to yoga. It's not just focusing on your physical body. Internally, it's also helping to nourish your organs as well. So a lot of the time, you know, we are experiencing things like high blood pressure. You know, a lot of people have issues now with anxiety and things like that. And the practice of yoga is very beneficial because it teaches you to moderate your breath. It teaches you to be mindful of what is actually going on with the body internally. And what you find is when you're stretching and learning how to control your breathing, which is fundamental to the practice of yoga, you become in tune with your body. Because when you start to learn how to stretch properly, it's very, very difficult to stretch and be overthinking, because if you're tense, you're actually going to hurt your body. So you learn to actually realize, if I calm down, if I relax, my body basically is, I control my body doesn't control me. And like I said, it's almost like an indirect lesson in life in general. Like, actually, we are in control of ourselves and the world around us, and the energy around us, and what it is that we do and the choices we make. And slowing down and being mindful and starting with self, which is normally for most people your physical body, teaches you that practice and that discipline.
Well, if you're watching, you're learning something new. It's actually very important for you to do yoga because, as she's mentioned, there's a lot of benefits for your mind and general health and well-being. You know, being able to calm yourself and take control of your life. This is basically like basis for yourself to start doing that. And I think this is amazing. And looking at all the benefits, everybody should try yoga. And what is the motivation behind the House of Prempeh?
Okay, House of Prempeh. I actually originally started House of Prempeh because I was really making natural products for myself and friends, and then it became friends of friends. And then I found that I was in a time in Ghana where I decided I needed to have another income stream whilst I was actually here. Most of what I was making, I was sending out. And then I decided that I was going to start thinking about how it actually looked. So packaging and making my skincare range and hair care range more appealing so that it could compete with the outside world. Because what I realized is we have so much in abundance here and a lot of people were producing products, but you wouldn't necessarily buy those products to give to a gift to someone else because of it was the way it was presented, or even refer someone to a particular product because of the way it was presented. So that encouraged me to set up as a proper brand and really put, you know, my products out there.
Great. Now, how do you source your products? Are they solely organic?
Okay, well, I mean, when people say organic, it's kind of, for me, I feel like it's a bit of a buzzword. All of my products are natural. It was all sourced from, you know, people who grow all of the raw materials.
Right here in Ghana?
Mainly in Ghana. My essential oils that I use are from outside, and some of the carrier oils are from outside, but all grown in what I would say natural sources. So when I say that, no fertilizers used, no pesticides. Yeah, so yes.
I guess, well, you're safe if you're using products from House of Prempeh. And
Definitely.
do you teach people how to do this?
I have been asked, and I had one or two people that I have taught. I've never done it on a big scale, like had people coming into a group session. It's been on one-to-one basis. And normally people have particular things that they want, and you know, kind of want to know how they can formulate this lotion because they like these particular ingredients, and that's how it's worked. But it is something that I would like to get into. I'm not the most patient of people, so groups is something that I'm working towards.
Well, you have beautiful skin. Are you your own muse as well?
Yes. So, I mean, again, for me, I've always had very sensitive skin. I am a person that, you know, from a very young age had eczema. So I've always had to use natural products. Anytime I've kind of deviated from that, it has an effect on my skin. So yes, you know, a lot of the time I come up with formulations for myself, and also, I mean, I have children, so in the early days as well, a lot of it was, you know, to be able to manage their hair, because I have 3 girls, and yeah, it's a lot. Afro hair, as beautiful as it is,
yes.
You need to know how to maintain it.
I was going to actually comment. Their hair is beautiful, natural hair, natural everything from House of Prempeh. You can look as beautiful as that. Unfortunately, they're not on set, but hey, I had the chance of having a look, and I love, 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 love it. So I will be seeing you for my products for my hair as well. Now, you practice holistic health. Let's compare that to orthodox medicine. What would you say is different or better?
Well, I don't know if I'd use the word better. The difference is with holistic health, you're focusing on using natural remedies. Okay. I have to be honest and say for myself, there is a place for everything. There are some people, you know, natural remedies is not going to work for them. You know, they might be at a stage where they need orthodox medicine, and that's fine. For me, I'm a big believer in prevention is better than cure. And most of the time, the reality is nature has everything that we need to keep us in a state of healthiness. So for me, the idea is not to have to tap into orthodox medicine. You know, if we try and keep ourselves as happy and as healthy as possible, the chances are we are limiting and reducing very much the need for any orthodox medicine. That is, there no guarantee it will work in the first place. Yeah.
You know, there's a saying that nature heals itself. Yeah, right. So if we know how to use the things around us, or organic or safe product like yours, and taking care of ourselves with the yoga and good practices, eating well, we are definitely going to be of better health or a state of mind, so we don't really have to use the orthodox medicine. But let's look at the fact that you have 3 girls, like you said, and 2 grandchildren, right?
Yeah, and 1 boy, so four children.
4 children,
Yeah,
3
girls,
girls
1 boy.
and 1 boy,
Yes.
and 2 grandchildren.
Yes.
Well, I'm sure my viewers are like, she has grandkids? Really? Because you look so young and beautiful,
Thank
honestly.
you. Your makeup artist is great, by the way. That's why.
Oh, well, that's from, that's from Metro TV. But honestly, we can see your skin.
Thank
you look
you.
amazing.
Thank
you look
you.
amazing. Anyway, my makeup is from MB Studio Fix as well. And let's look at the fact that you have 3 girls, a boy, and 2 grandchildren. How do
That's
you
right.
combine, taking care of them and business, and then what you said you do, the yoga, the House of Prempeh, and the kids, and even grandkids? How do you handle all
Okay, so I mean, I don't think I'm doing anything different from anyone that has children. You learn to manage. There's no manual. I'm still learning. I don't really know how great I am at that. You'd have to ask the children. But for the most part, you make it work. The reality is, I love being a mother, but I'm very, very clear that I also like having a sense of self. It's very important to me. And so I enjoy both sides because I make time for both of those things. Well, not even both those things, all the things that I feel make up Penelope Prempeh. So I'm not going to say it's easy because there are times where I wonder why I do have 4 children. The grandchildren are the only areas where I never, have any issues because it's all love there. But sometimes with the 4 children, it's up and down like everything in life. I'm not going to lie.
Thanks for keeping it real on the real show.
That's
There's
it.
nothing easy about that. But hey, she manages, and you can too. If you have 1, 2, 3 or more and you feel like it's a bit much, don't worry. She's feeling it. I'm sure a lot of other mothers are feeling the heat as well, but you're managing and you'll get through, and you can stay as beautiful as her if you're using products from House of Prempeh as well. Now, do you open your place for outsiders to come and, practice yoga with you?
Okay, so now the last couple of years I do one-to-ones. So I tend to do private sessions or go to group sessions. The first few years that I was in Ghana, I was based in lots of different gyms and did group sessions also, and then had a studio for a while. Of course, with the whole COVID and the change of that, like I said, I tend to do one-to-ones and smaller groups, and mostly the smaller groups are normally people who have decided to get together and do it that way, and normally the venue will be of their choice.
That's beautiful. So a group of people can actually reach out and have a location of their choice where you can meet them and have yoga or practice yoga with them. Yeah. That is nice. And where are you located, the House of Prempeh, if somebody wants to patronize?
So we are based in Dome. We have a retail outlet in Legon, and then online, so houseofprempeh.com. And we're also available on kaswa.com as well. Yeah. Kaswa.com.
Nice.
Yes, yeah.
Okay, so if you want to patronize products from House of Prempeh, houseofprempeh.com is where you can actually buy online, or you can locate their shop in Dome. Is it available on Google Maps?
Yes.
The name?
Google Maps. No. So if you contact, then you can look on the location, or also if you go onto the website, then all of the information is there. Yeah.
All right. Okay. Is there anything else you want to share with us?
No, thank you.
Philosophy in life, some motivation, or a secret to the good skin?
I mean, for me, I suppose the philosophy in life, the thing that I'm kind of trying to focus or trying to teach my younger girls at the moment is treat people how you'd like to be treated. I think that's key. Yeah, and then the rest is enjoy life, and try to always be on a journey to know yourself. Then you can, give and take and be the best person that you can be.
Thank you so much, Penelope Prempeh, and it was amazing having you on The Real Show. This was very, easy breezy, chatty, learn, have fun, and I'm sure you have enjoyed as well.